Hi everyone. Welcome to another conversation, Elise, live. If you are on, please just indicate who you are, and you'll give a shout out. We'll say hi to you. As you come on the live, you can indicate who you are. The real Korean fall this evening, and the time is hot. But turn on the fan still. Yeah. Again, we want to welcome everyone to another conversation. Um, how was your Sunday?
Oh, it was a blessing. Church was good.
I was on daddy duty today, so I didn't go to church. I didn't get to the
Hi,
gathering.
Carlene. Good night.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Welcome, welcome. Miss you last week too.
Yes. Hi, Carly. You will not come back down. Nice. Yes. I was on daddy duty. I was on daddy duty today. Mike wasn't feeling so hot, and Jay was sick, so I had to stay home, take care of the kids, and of course, be the chef of the day. That was my hand.
It tasted nice. I enjoyed my dinner.
Nice. All right. So I don't feel I need to. So, okay, I'm a bit talk well too. So uh, that's I'm a product of my mother's cooking. Yes. Yes. So again, we just want to say welcome to all our new subscribers. All of those who are joining the live now, those who will be joining the live. We want to welcome you. We want to thank you for coming along the journey with us. We want to get to um, at least 1,000 subscribers and more, but we need your help, guys. Um, so we're asking you to help us get there. All right. So those who you know who have not yet subscribed as friends and families, we're gonna encourage you to send them the link and tell them to remind them and tell them they need to subscribe to Conversation Release. All right. Just before we get into the topic, did you, for those who come on, please, you can tell us if you what you think about the intro that we did. Um, it was a little, what's it about? A little long waiting in our minds because we wanted to do it for the anniversary, for our anniversary, 1 year anniversary on YouTube. But we weren't able to do it at that time. We did it now. So you can of course give us your views. All right. Um, so today or this week, um, ever does this week. Even
Last is the new week begin today.
is
Last week.
oh last that's right, last week. Um Wednesday it was.
Tuesday.
Sure, Wednesday. All right.
I
Yeah,
went to chiropractic the 9th of which was
oh, okay. All right. So yeah, our water got disconnected. So right now, as we're sitting here,
Tuesday.
we don't have any water. Well, we have water in our two
No,
one drum. We have two. We have a tank at the back, but the tank empty, and we only have I have two little drum. We just have. I think we get something from buy from foreign. I just put them on the back and fill up with water. Never know we're actually saving them for
rainy day, pun
pun
intended.
intended. But it's not all NWC fault, but we're gonna tell you the story. And if you guys have anything you want to relate to it, that can relate to it, you can tell us. Because the truth is, how we got disconnected now is a twofold situation, right? The truth is, our we is a well, all the time we pay our water bills, we pay it in full, right? So I think what last year must be what last year October, November.
Two times. Um, Earlier down in the month, little after March and February, March, goodly May, and then November. So it's twice. The individual
Oh,
showed up.
well, you can take it from this. You can just take it from.
Okay, so yeah, I was here one day, doing some work, and I hear hello, hello. That was in early last year, either April or May. So I said, hello, good morning. So the person said, oh, uh, um, I'm from National Water Commission. I'm the inspector, and inspecting this meter. So the person said to me, do you have water here? I noticed that the meter is not spinning. I said, no, we don't normally have water this time of the day because there's always a lot of water schedule shut
Yeah,
off
yeah.
in this area. But so how do you get water? Some said, we have a drum at the back, medium drum at the back. Some person was a lot chatty. I'm saying, okay, okay. This roses tree, it's kind of inconvenient. Whatever. So I'm saying, oh, this man's so chatty. Yeah, do you mind go and turn off the drum for me to make sure that, all is well. I was annoyed, so I went and I turned off the drum. Him, okay, so what you talking? There's no water for you. This tall chopped in black man, of course. So I said, what I said, I'm saying, all right, thank you very much. Just inspecting to see what's happening. That was the first time. Anyway, after the man gone, no. I remember, was it 2 weeks after? We got a bill, and because we normally pay, you know,
Between four and six
between
thousand.
four, no, it never reached 6 days. We
I
normally
think
pay
we did one
between
time.
4 or 5. It was between 4 and 5. And I remember saying, so Conan and I was saying, this bill don't make sense. All the water, from how much years we've been here, it's been between 4 and 5. All the water just escalated up to smart. So
How much was it again?
I think it was 15 or 17,000 extra
No, man, it was
from us.
30 something thousand. Really get it.
It was 30 something. Well, you remember better. So at the end of the day, so Mr. Connor, I remember this man came here. He said he wasn't the meter reader, but he was the inspector, and he was chatting a lot and everything, trying to make small joke. However, Connor went in, you can take that from there.
Yeah, so I went in and because I saw the bill, I said, no, man, this can't be right. Went in and talked to them. And when I was talking to the lady, she was adamant I would use the water. So I said to her, all right, just do the checks for me. So when she do her checks, she asked me if there's anybody at the home, at her house. I said, yeah, my wife is there. So she said, okay, ask her to just look at the meter and tell us what is the reading. So Michelle went out there, I called her, she went out there, she took the reading and told the lady what she saw. When the lady looked for what was sent in by the meter reader, plus what was physically there, it was totally off, completely way
Totally
off
different.
what the guy wrote as his reading. So um, the lady said to me, okay, they are going to send somebody to us. I inspected us, verify the thing and make sure say, okay, everything is everything. So I don't remember if anybody come back because the other week, the other month, we see the bill still came high
All
again.
right, so that was November now.
Mm.
I remember going to a funeral when I came home. Children said to me, Mommy, this tall black man came and he was on about the roses need to be cut down and he said something about it before. I said, I'm sure that must have been the man that came, between either April or May. And so when
Well,
he
so after the first bill never go down,
no, it
right?
proceed because then
Because
you
then
went
I'm
in
saying
and you
nobody never
start
come and give it.
right.
I mean, I get my
So
car.
he came back now and he said, oh, um, he came back now one day when I was here.
Mm.
And he said, oh, I see that the roses, has cut
Mm.
and everything. So I said, yeah, it needed to be pruned because it was growing out of control. First of all, he asked us for a total different name. So I said, no, this is not the yard. Him and he called the name now for the place. And I said, this is us. How many people live here? I said, four of us, two adults and two children. Oh, I get to understand that this place is what would he say?
I say it was a high water usage.
Yeah, it's suffering from high water usage. I said, what? I said, well, I have no water here in the day. If it wasn't for the little town drum that we have, there would be no water because when the water mostly comes in the evening time when you don't really need it. You understand? And then in the daytime there's not any, so that doesn't really make sense here. Well, you need to be checked out. There's nothing I can do. And first of all, I must say, you don't remember me. I may
No,
say,
that was
I
his
can't
contact you're talking.
recall. God forgive me. Because he was chatty and I said, look, get on with it. Whatever you have to say about the premises, get on. Anyway, I was really annoyed. So, he was there and he said, he said, first of all, what is the issue? I said, no, this place have been consuming a lot of water. We got a report. He said, have a report about it. I said, well, at the end of the day, we know that we're not using that water or whatever. So we need to check out if there's a leak, and then that's
So
it.
the high bill went on for a while, I mean, I lied to you. And I went back last year, when COVID had keep hit, when COVID was
Yeah,
really going rampant. And I went in and I spoke to them and they said to me that boy, I can't talk to anybody. I have to leave my number and they'll give me a call back. Anyway, I left my number. I think the call came in, so I missed the call. And I recognized the number that I missed the call from. So I called by the number. It was in the sea. Didn't get anybody, get a recording, whatever. Anyway, I went a second time because the bill kept coming high. And we decided to not paying it. So I just pay my normal amount. In fact, I started paying six
extra.
thousand. I started paying $6,000. I mean, I said, all right, they will, yeah, at least it will show that I'm paying more than I normally than what the bill would normally come to. So after paying the extra now, I go back to them again because me I said, I want the water cut off. So I go back to them again. And I went back to them. Them said to me, what I saw, what them see is what it is. Because I think they allow me to come in this time. What it is. And I said, but it's not possible. I start explain. So they said, all right, then I must go and I must get a plumber and I must check it out and everything. No, the truth is, I've had experience, not necessarily here, but in the past where personal water get disconnected and so forth. And the plumber instructed me that, okay, here we do. Turn off all the pipes in the house, in the house, right? Make sure every pipe turn off. Then go back to the meter and look at the meter and say the meter still spinning. If the meter still spinning, it means and
Water is
water is
leak.
leaking. Anyway, when I went and did that, and I don't see,
Sunrise.
yeah, and I don't see
No
no movement
movements.
at the meter. So me, I think I'll go back to them one more time. Or no, the lady called me on the phone. And I was telling her, back and forth to her about whatever. She said, well, it has to be paid or whatever. Anyway, long story short, I remember being here one night. And I didn't come from work. I mean,
Drum was running.
or
Okay.
whatever the case may be. And no man, apart from the drum running, because sometimes I think there's a problem with our tank. But no, when it overflows, we catch it before it even
Before waste.
before it even
I'm talking
waste.
about now when you went out, you wanted to see when the water came in the night and you wanted to see
Oh,
if the
I'm gonna do the
meter
test.
was
Yeah,
coming heavy that night.
right, right. And I went and did the test. I did the test. Thing or two, the one twice, one in the day
Yeah.
and one in the night. And the water was coming very heavy. So I did it. I went and did the test. Hi, Shanique. Good to see you,
Welcome,
Sister
welcome.
Rebel
Yeah,
Shanique.
normal listener.
Nice, Shanique. Good to see you for you.
Happy to have you, Shani.
Yeah. So you were talking about NWC and the water
Mm-hmm.
situation. So if you just come on, you can listen in. So I did the check in the night and the water coming really heavy. When the water came, I did the check and I realized the meter it was spinning, but it was like
Move.
barely moving. Anyway, I went back to them and no, I remember one night. No, I was here because all this time the bill kept coming. And
Coming,
I'm telling you,
yeah.
so and I just kept paying what me, so me now what I use. So one night, no, though, I was here and I heard water run, and I went to the bathroom, and this is the educational part of this video, now, guys. I went into the bathroom and I listened. I will lift up the toilet seat, and I see the water run in the
In the
toilet bowl.
toilet, yeah.
And I said, "Oh my God!" And I said to myself, "I wonder if this was the issue, why the bill came, was consistent and coming high, except for the first time. Because the first time the reading was wrong, and it's afterwards them I when we went back down to them and tell me, okay, they had given me a rebate on the first wrong reading that the guy did. But the constant bills now that came, especially between December, November, December, January,
November,
March,
yeah.
February, whatever.
November, December, January,
Right.
yeah.
that came constantly. I was like ignoring them because I said we're not doing it. We're not doing
And
it.
you ignoring them. Remember that this part is necessary now. So I remember going to one of our community shop, the man there, and he was there when I went. It's somebody who normally talk to me, and I want to talk to him about the Lord, and we talk about current issues. Meanwhile, I'm buying what I'm buying. I don't want to call his name. So he said he was quarreling and he was, sharing with me how this tall black man from NWC come in, that he's inspector. I found the man come with a bag of chatting and read his meter and went away. His bill was doubled. And I said, hold on, the man. This sound too familiar. So I started to describe this man to the shop owner now, and he said, yeah, man, you can't say what I'm saying, but I don't want to say more on there. And I said, no pay to me, no pay. And just my wife at me, said, don't pay them like that. So I came on when I was saying it to you now. So
Mhm.
what are the odds that this same man from him comes and my inspectors, he come to inspect the meters within the neighborhood and what to do. Everybody, most persons, is quarreling about their bills. Could it be that he was being dishonest as well? So,
Because the truth is, I mean, everybody are human being and people can make mistake.
yeah.
But one of the problem that I had was when most of the time if you have issue with NWC, I mean, I think JPS, eh, you know about JPS
Yeah,
too
people
much.
said empty,
But
but at least, I don't know, our bill have been consistent.
yeah,
And I don't see how our electricity bill is way
lower
lower
than
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 water
a
bill,
water
and we
bill.
burn electricity more than using water because we don't have water most of the time to use. I don't get it.
Mm.
I really don't.
So I mean, most persons complain about NWC that when you go to them and talk to them, they always say, Linus is back.
Hey, Lioness! Happy New Year! How much things you miss? Happy
No, we not talk to her. We
no,
vex.
me I talk to her, me
No,
sorry.
we not
Happy
talk to
first
her.
Valentine's.
You know
I,
what?
I wonder what we're going
You know what
through.
things she miss.
Easter coming?
We didn't
No.
talk with her because
Anyway,
she don't even drop her
welcome.
line and say, well, go on, Odie. No, we not talk with her. In fact, we just talk about conversation.
Happy to hear you, to see you here, Lioness.
Anyway, good, whatever. We
Welcome
didn't
back.
talk with her.
The congratulations.
No, no,
God
the
20.
only way, the only way I not talking, she will tell me say, tell me say that she
Oh, she got
engaged
married
or she get
or.
married. If she don't tell me that, me not talking. Anyway, you can say what you have to say, man. But yeah, so most people complain about NWC because when they go down there, them most of the time, yeah, they do love. It's all right. Most of the time, they are constantly saying, boy, whatever you use, whatever the reading say, that you to
You
pay.
have to pay it, man.
You understand me? But anyway, back to what I was the night when I checked the toilet. So the water was running. And I asked him, say, oh my lord, whenever this will cause the high water bill then. Anyway, me not a big plumber. Yes,
Yes!
it is! All right, live, whatever we're gonna talk about done. We need to talk.
Congratulations.
All right, your business right, we're going on. Tell us about it. Jesus, please. That is great news.
Yeah,
That
that's
is great
great
news.
news. That's great news. I wonder where Sandy there to
Yeah.
congratulate you.
All our other peeps will come in and come celebrate you there. Happy to
Marley
hear.
Mondays, come in.
Happy to
Lioness is
hear.
here.
Yes. So, you just come give me proper news in the night. Anyway, let me finish the conversation and then we get into your business. So when I check the tank, you propose on Valentine's Day. you know,
Congratulations. Big
uh,
up
the whole
yourself.
of this,
Happy up.
the whole of this like about you,
Yes.
really happy to hear. Well done, my boss. Fist bump. Well done. Man, have style too. All right,
Yes.
cool. Valentine's Day. Let me finish this, please. Jesus,
Two
please.
stone kill one, eh?
Oh, you mean? But what? Yeah, because what you don't know, no. But then I know married, another married,
No, but
marriage.
Valentine's Day come around, he buy
Yeah,
one gift. I hope not. Or two.
you're most welcome. You're most welcome, man.
You're welcome.
There you go. Carlin. Yes, man, celebrate tonight.
Yeah, yes. Me no know Marlene there. Me leave my phone inside.
So let me finish it. I'll get back to going on your business. So when I saw that the water was running, me lift up the tank,
Is that Marlene?
Shani,
Shani.
Shani, yes.
Yes.
I lift up the tank and fix the something night where you stop the water from going on.
Yeah.
And realize it stopped, the water stopped, and I turned down the valve, the inlet valve
Yeah.
that sends the water to the tank. That and some wait, and then the next month, and the bill come down to almost about 19,000,
Yeah.
which was coming from must say 27 or 28,000, whatever. Someone said, okay, maybe that is the case. Lo and behold, though, and this is that lesson to everybody. All right, when you see these things, you have to quickly act on it. Get a plumber, quickly act on it, so that you don't what happen to us, don't happen to you. So me now recognizing that boy, this may be the possible source of the water I waste. I started paying
Extra.
extra for what I normally pay with the intent or intention that as I pay more, the
It
bill going to
will.
reduce. You understand what I say? Well, last week Tuesday, as Michelle remember the
Yeah.
day,
Hello.
I was preparing to go to work in the shower.
Mhm.
And Michelle called me and said, boy,
Yeah, what's up?
two men are out there from NWC. And Michelle like, Cornell, come. I said, I can't come out there
I was
again.
really surprised because that was the last thing I expect to
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
because
yeah.
we have always been paying our bills. It's just
In
that
full.
those the two readings that we were still questioning and you were trying to get a plumber, like they said, because they weren't budging either. So you were trying to get this plumber to come and to survey the property to see what was happening. But there comes that you got him on see the one side and you couldn't get him at all. You understand? And we had a conversation, I think the week before, I said, it was a six. We had a conversation. We come back from grocery and I said, boy, baby, the water bill coming. I mean, I like I keep climbing. I feel nervous about it. I think you need to go back down there and talk with them. And they said, as soon as I get the time, you're going to talk to them. But what you've been doing is paying extra and
I've been paying
extra.
extra.
So hopefully that will keep them off until you can get maybe to go in and talk with them and get a payment plan or something because it seems like they're not gonna really,
They're not gonna budge.
them not gonna
But then
budge.
again, in all fairness, when I saw the possible source, I realized about we never pay it
Pay
anyway.
it anyway, yeah.
Because I mean the fact that yeah, we never use it per se, but it's on the premise, it's on the property, and
Yeah.
it was wasted.
One of the things that the gentleman, the head one that came when they came to cut it was saying to me, you could have gone to them and make a payment plan.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I said to them, that's actually the thing that you were going to do. You understand? So we weren't really expecting this, but and he was saying, boy, there's nothing they can do. 'Cause once they give the order, they give the order. Man, it was the worst feeling in the world. I'm telling you. You see, if we were slackers who
Who
don't
don't
pay
care
bill,
because
because when it comes to utility, I don't joke. I remember when we were living further down the road at an apartment, and just detour a little. And when we just went there, I said, baby, uh, Cornell, we noticed that, oh, we're not getting no light bill. And when we sought out, because we're fairly new to the owners and everything, he was saying that boy, him don't understand that. But then we talked to the neighbor who lived beside us, closest to the apartment, and said, I don't understand. Is there an issue with this place? Because electricity is here, but we're not getting any light bill. So Jamie
no, but I
said,
think the man tell you the man name is
yeah,
Achi.
yeah.
In
Oh,
this,
he said it too.
yeah, said that
And I said,
it was in the rent.
yeah, he said it was in the red, but
Mhm.
people start up to bump. So I was saying no to the neighbor, no, this is weird, you know. So anyway, I remember now when I get to the nitty gritty of it now, the neighbor said to me, the gentleman that was living there immediately before we came in, who came out for we to come in, he must have done something that was behind the door, and we Jamaica know the back door thing mean.
Yeah, man.
So
You
friend of
pick
mine,
up
you know,
everything
as Christians
differently.
now, I mean, I said, boy, I believe in pay my bill. And he tell me, say, boy, the thing not straight. Me say, me not join the line here. So what happened now? I spoke to Colonel and said, we're not in a this, you know. we have to find a way to talk to Mr. Chin and let him know that we need to find out, we need to let him know the true issue of the thing. But the man that name Mr. Chin know what he couldn't bother doing, I guess he must have owed either some money else and I think it seemed like he knew, but some paper business wasn't straight with him to give us our paper to go and get our light situation connect in our name. 'Cause that's where going, it's not legal. Anyway, so we had to push him till he reached to a point that nothing ain't going to miss until he got bedridden. And then his daughter took over the place now and everything. And she's young and, up and about. So we're talking to her and she get her end sorted. That is after a couple of years, People before me telling her it's finished. Every day, because I work from home, I hear a big truck. Whoop, whoop, come in here. Oh my God. I hope this is not GPS because you know my heart and I don't want to get caught in this madness that we walked into. It had nothing to do with us. Every single day my aunt leave. Till finally now, the lady who took over from the father, Miss Chin, she gets her paper sorted out and gave us a paper to go in and to JPS, and that's how we get our lights straight and forward and legit. So I'm saying that to say this that when it comes to utility, we don't play. I don't take it lightly or anything like that. So to know that the men literally show up when yeah, we've been paying our bill and everything, and that part of it where them say whatever the politics is with NWC, we find that we gonna have to do it, you know. And in a dream, we say, all right, they're gonna come then before we could have gone in,
The only thing,
literally.
the only thing
So
sorry.
I felt like the time, like I don't know, I felt like time stood still. And I said, box cover, is this for real?
Yeah, like Scarlett even said, them not have no
You
mercy
know?
upon nobody, upon people.
Yeah.
And the truth is,
It's
the only thing I blame myself for, I made a blunder by not going in after I recognized the
earlier.
possible source of leak, always. I should have gone in then and just talk to them
Yeah.
and yeah, work with them and set up a payment plan. So when them came and I came into the bathroom and I explained to the man said, listen, so once it reach here, sir, there's no them have to just follow the orders and cut it off. No, me I hear around and I see around and I know certain things. I mean not say me the shoot now just saying
No,
that
as Christians, we don't really do that.
they probably wouldn't cut it off, but we say no, me not gonna go like that at all because if I do that, never give up, never keep, never still have a paper
Yeah, not how much of
NWC.
them I trade them.
Yeah, you
Mm-mm.
understand? And it's so me this year I said, me not go bother now because we still have a paper got NWC. And
And
furthermore, I think I had a legitimate case. Say, okay, give me the good time to do whatever.
yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, it's so happened that they disconnected the water. I think Michelle Rongo pull up two bottles still.
Mister, it's like honestly, I don't know if people ever anybody here have ever watched Twilight when Bella weren't supposed to be pregnant but end up being pregnant
Mm.
and then Edward went to a state of shock. Like him going to a state of shock and she have to take on everything and start over. That's how we stand up. Like I'm still like, are they really here? Is this water being cut off like something said?
Yeah.
Go and full up a big one of the bottles that we normally full with what you call it water?
Purified water.
Purified water. I had two bottles, but because if I had run to it like I should be proactive when the men came, I would have got the two drinking bottle full. But I realized a couple of senses I don't know could full one.
So,
But it was an
but
experience.
I
I don't
went
wish it
down
on
there.
anybody,
I,
man.
I, I went down there the same day
The
or the
following
no the
day,
next day because
yeah,
I mean it was
we
harsh
were
to the
getting
gate
ready
already.
to go to work. So.
So I went the following day and I went there and talked with them and I said, I even know I know two persons who were down there, we won't call them names, no two persons were there. And they weren't able to help me per se to get it back on the same
On
time
same.
because them say for you to get back the water, they will pay
Yeah.
85% of the money
And
first.
people, it's a lot.
$101,000.
It's a in space
I
of
was I mean the truth is I never me never appeal on my tweet as I
you were
should have. You
offended
understand
that
me
the
I
man
say?
had read the meat the first time he read it wrong. The
No,
first
yeah,
time
yeah, we
that
got
was
through
an
that.
injustice,
Hmm.
and they didn't really corrected it. They keep rolling it over. They said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Lee, we're gonna get it sorted because that was an incorrected reading," and na 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 na. But then it didn't. They didn't correct it.
No,
What
they never corrected
happened?
same
It
time.
it
But
keep
eventually
amount
they didn't.
and it
Them show up
roll
on the
over,
system.
roll over,
But it's
roll
like
over.
maybe 2 months after them fix it.
Because what I thought was amazing, you live at a place for over 6 years.
So
Uh,
long with it.
yeah, 2016. And at the end of the day, your bill was so, nice and manageable and in the budget and everything. And you're not doing anything extra. You understand? We're not doing anything extra. If anything, we're getting less water because water really wasn't coming in the
Yeah,
day.
they're not scheduled.
So I end up have a little medium tank and we got 2 barrels from abroad years ago. So I wash them out and end up have to full those two too. You understand? So I say, this don't make sense. Oh, this bill coming and where's the water? What we're using it to do? You understand?
So
And again, we started pulling two of the big purified bottle of water. So we drink drinking water that we bought. So it just never makes sense. But what we're trying to tell you is that even though if it doesn't add up, it is unfair, right? It is.
no, but
But
I can't say
get
it's
your things
unfair per
sorted out.
se, because I must say we never know say with water that way somewhere.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that loan could not have done it.
Well, the
That
truth of the
that
matter
alone.
is, we're gonna have to get a plumber now for check on the place because even if we're saying, but that couldn't be the only
Reason.
source of leakage or wastage. I will get a plumber now to check it out. In fact, I spoke with the landowner or the house owner,
Yeah.
and they said, once water comes back on, I should call them and they'll send the plumber to do whatever and check it out because I am now learning that even over the years, the toilet, the built up of
But
chlorine can crystallize this ball thing in the toilet,
uh-huh.
yeah. And when it comes crystallized, then it don't function as it should. And one bag of something, something, something. So I was saying to the owner of the property, he's a plumber too, but he lives overseas. So I was saying to me that boy, yeah, like this it can happen and imagine if that leak or that waste that I saw in the tank, imagine that happens morning and night
Night, yeah.
and for 20 days and for more than 1 month. You understand me? Him say it all can add up, it can add up. It just like I wish they had given. I mean, when I went and talked to them, I was like, "Yo, I pay my bill in full every month. You must carry me a
I
blight."
think
I
because you
mean,
were
and I must
upset, the
say,
people weren't interested to
no man,
bother with
no
you to
man,
tell you what the
no man, me
protocols.
never go in the boys just man because me, I went in there as a little dog with a tail because after me recognize the possible leakage, me just went there humble, write a letter and I explain the situation.
Yeah.
So the best I could get was that them say, okay, somebody said to me, okay, a friend of mine who worked, they said, all right, you are pay X amount, pay long X amount, and we can I'll talk with them on your behalf and see if they will give like. So I paid on 20,000 Friday gone, and this time I'm out of my pocket because get was able to call some friends and family
Yeah.
and them chipped in and God is so good that I get that and help out again. So we're going to pay the rest of it tomorrow. And so we can, get by the water on.
Yeah, it's
So
an
the main
experience.
so the main thing about this though is that we want to say that if your water situation, if your bill get high, do all your checks and act quickly.
How quickly.
Because they're not gonna make fun to come cut it
Man,
off.
they're in the cutting off stage.
You
I'm telling
understand me?
you.
But what was upsetting to me is that I said to them, say, listen, look how people are thief for no water.
Yeah.
Right? Me, if you look on my chat record, you can see me
That's
pay,
what
you
I
can
was
see me pay
thinking
me
too,
but
that we don't.
you can see
But
me
anyway,
pay
they
me
not
the
care about
water
us.
every month. I'm paying it in full. So it's not supposed to be so hard for
I don't
me.
think
There
they
are people
care.
who are thief water. And just the rep was saying to me, Mr. Lee, the fact of the matter is, um, you should have come into us, and if you had come into us, you would have cut off the water without giving a payment plan. You did not come to us until it was pretty late, and all I'm saying now is that you just have to pay. I'm say, Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
but Carly,
But
that's true.
no, but God be praise,
Yeah.
get some help to sort it out. So the moral of the story is that they though and I was asking the plumber too. I was asking him how much what's the routine it must check like a toilet and check the bowl and
Mm-hmm.
there's a flopper ball, there's a something on there, something on there. You must as I said, what's the routine? I must say it must like because Jamaica use so much chlorine, you have to
Oh,
like probably maybe like maybe it was 6 months or whatever the case may be, just to check
oh,
it out and make
yeah.
sure
And
because
then,
I think it's one of the first or the second time since you've been here, we actually look upon the toilet and make sure say, boy,
yeah,
everything in it.
because you remember, I came one day, I was in there and I saw a finish, for sure, I see some wave. I said, babe, is this normal? And you come and say, no, it's the
Hmm.
water wasting. So even though you turn it down, like we keep checking and tapping our instrument. Man, I'm not playing with that again,
Yeah,
man.
man, because it add up, it
Observe,
add up,
just
guys.
observe.
It really add up.
If you finish using it flush and you see likely it takes long or the water it's settled, you don't hear the sound anymore, but you see like waves in it,
When you see
little
the water
wave, it
vibrate,
means the
so
water is
it's still
wasting.
always.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
wasting.
But
Man,
that is
that's
the
the
sad
part of
part of
it.
our week, and I'm
You
just
know
getting
how I look
sorted.
at it, life is not without
But it's a
stress and
part of it.
without
Yeah.
pressure, and nobody wants to know that they are accumulating extra,
Yeah, you know that one that I do.
bills unnecessarily. But I was in church and praising and giving God thanks, and the thought come to me and say, if it wasn't this whole chopping off of water thing, it would have been maybe something else. It would
Yeah.
have been something else. So life is not without challenges and tests. We just have to use them as stepping stone and don't lose your head.
You know,
Don't lose
like
it. It's
you.
not a good situation when it comes to electricity and water being out. But, for whatever reason it is, I'm just thinking that God's working it out for us.
Yeah, I mean,
And here we are talking about
one time it I
too.
probably beat down myself and say, "Boy, why you make it happen? Why this and why that?" But because me question myself a little bit, but me never go too hard with myself. I say, no, everything work out for you. If you good,
Yeah.
so that's just easy. So Colin said, also most of the toilets were made years ago,
Yeah.
and it takes a lot of water to flush. That's the
That's
truth.
true.
That's the
That's true.
truth.
The tanks are getting too big. But I'm
I'm
wondering,
not
is it
getting interested in
Carly?
one the long time
Yeah,
one.
but I do. Some of them still do. Even some new models. Because I was watching a blogger that went in. She was renovating her home. I mean, why take such a large tank? And I was saying that is it like it's all part of everything to just okay? They do it like it's some fancy fashion thing. It's somewhere just press the button on the top and whatnot. I mean, I say people stopping to think that okay, forget the designs
Hmm.
and the material and everything. You know that this tank thing is gonna cost you. It's too big and it's too this, but I don't think some people look into that at
There's one at
all.
my workplace where it where anytime I build my house, someone have one.
It's small
No, yeah, and you press the lever down so you
and
and
it's
that's it.
done. Oh my
And you know
god.
you know for water around.
Man, these things teach you wisdom, I'm telling you, because I never care about toilet or stuff. More than
Me,
you
it's
use it,
just
you wash it and it clean and your place so clean and smell nice.
it's like
I
a
really
silent
didn't
it's like a
care.
silent killer. You don't know say that Alex
That
said
may happen
no.
to you
You
sometime.
understand what I say? So when as soon as it come back on, I was like when the plumber come in and doing things. So all of you watch it, go check your toilet and
Go
make
check
sure
your
the toilet
tags.
down
Dum,
there.
da, da, da.
If you get an eye water bill, see the visible leak, just check the toilet, make sure say it not
Yeah.
misbehave. But anyway, Lioness, you're on the line.
Before you touch like this, something just jump back in my mind.
Yeah.
I remember being, that's why I'm sure that it was choir practice. The night at choir practice, we were singing the song. We're practicing the first song. Pray when you pray.
Mhm.
Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir, pray. I'm there every time me pray, me say, oh Lord, can't remember the situation. So we start to sing now. Speak a word.
Mhm.
That's is it
Right.
Dana Lawrence? I mean, I say, why them song and Ramona choose? I wonder if God sees that situation that will
Mhm.
happen to them because when you have to remind yourself to breathe. I mean, some people may look at it and say, well, just some water turn off, but you would understand. understand. When you try to live a life that certain things where you tell yourself say you can't live through, because me not like
This,
so the uncomfortableness when it comes to something, them something there. And when me I sing and me wonder maybe Johnny will never pick it up every time we don't see me. But, oh Lord, truly, because I'm not
Nika,
very.
yeah, stress over it.
But yeah, I think I was really stressed on that line. And Anne Marie Rose, if you're watching, God bless you. You pray, help me pray and everything because I took it hard. I did took it hard. I'm not lie. I did took it hard, but
Yeah.
like I said in church today, I give thanks, the reassurance, after the minister speak and everything that I mean, trials they're there, and I know this. It's not like I don't know it, but sometimes as you Christians, you're still human being, and when you're in the situation, you tend to kind of forget, especially situation that you feel like you have no charge over, no handle, and you kind of forget to just stand still, you know, stand still and let the Lord take you through it. So I'm
Yeah.
happy that I went today.
So Carlin says that if she could live off the grid without depending on JPS and
Yeah,
NWC,
and
she
they're
would.
raising it,
She would.
with all the
Uh,
oil
I know in
situation.
the country people harvest water. But then if you have a real upper rainfall,
Yeah.
you can do upper harvesting.
Mhm.
The JPS part, no, what the only thing I have to say about this, and it's one of those things where I just leave it alone because it's just really stressful to me.
Mhm.
When you have countries that don't have the amount of sunshine Jamaica have, right? And those countries, if my memory serves right, I think it's in must say Holland, Ireland, or one of them country
Oh, they do
where you do
the.
about where a whole rainfall and it's overcast a lot of the times. And them government give the people and make it easy for them to buy solar panels. So even in England, people have solar and rainfall in England like every day. I mean, I say, why then the government don't make it? You see, Jamaica, like how Colin speak about coming off the grid and not using GPS.
Mhm.
In Jamaica, we have sunshine like 99% of the time.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it's so expensive to even say, yo, buy the solar panels them that would not help you to reduce your dependency on JPS or whatever. It is
Because
so expensive. And not to cut you, the
that's
reason
all
why it is so expensive because the government want to be constantly getting this bag of money
right.
from the
That's what I was
taxes,
gonna
from
say.
whatever,
It's
right?
never about the
And to
consumer.
me,
It's
it it,
always.
it to me it will make sense if you can give proper pricing and consignment and importation of solar panels and whatever, then people will reduce them usage on JPS, and then and the government will reduce them spending upon oil, which
Yeah.
oil is used to produce the electricity. So it will all have a ripple effect. So me I say
Yeah.
it just
And I hear that you can get oil from corn now, and corn is one of the easiest things to grow in our country too.
well I remember
You
back in
know.
the day they said that they was going to use ethanol, use
We get from
and
corn.
then they would reduce the amount of gas import and whatever. Now ethanol is in the gas now, and the price is still a go high. So
I'm hearing them
yeah,
talking
my
about
brother.
more new roads and highways,
Yeah, man,
modernity.
I know they're building that. I know they're building
Yeah,
that.
but I don't know if those things are as urgent as some other things. And I don't know. The
No
truth
man,
is, I think
nobody. So
Jamaica
when
is
you
a
have good
little
roads,
too sophisticated. We don't want to do those kind of things.
when you have good roads done, it helps the economy because we can
So
move about
easy
freely.
done.
You know what I say? So we don't have a problem. But I mean, the only thing about is that we don't have the money to spend process. We should borrow to build the roads
To
and
build
all
the
these,
roads.
yeah, and all these things. All right. So Colin says, growing up in Guyana, we depended so much on the rainwater, right? So
Do that in the
you
country
understand me?
and back
It
then in
happened in the
Westmoreland
country.
because
Um,
the pipes that long to put in, but they're all sophisticated now in the country.
yeah, they bring them piped water as them call it.
Because I was
Um,
gonna say that too. In
mm,
Africa, I was watching the Wanga
one of the
Wanga,
one of the
yeah,
vlogger.
YouTuber,
Mm,
and the new home that they built for she and her brother built for their parents, they're living close to a river and they get the water from the river. That's where they get their water from and water. I mean,
Hmm.
so wow,
Yeah.
that's so creative, you
So
know.
Karin said they don't want it because you will not be depending on them. That is a fact. That's what I was
That's
saying.
true.
Right? If they give us the opportunity to buy these solar panels at a reasonable cost and we set it up, then we can reduce our dependency upon JPS. To me, Colin, it makes sense. Then they will spend
Spend
less
less.
on importation of oil,
First
which
of
is the which
all,
is what they use for make electricity too.
you would have to have a government that is for the people. In and I don't want to bash anyone, but you would have to have a government that solely believes so much within the for the country and for the
Building the
people.
country.
And again, most of the time, those governments turn out to be classified as not safe. Because when you think about Cuba and how
And China and them
Fidel,
people.
yeah, how they
Yeah, I
ride,
mean,
they dictate a lot
but they
too.
really
So
they believe in self-reliance.
yeah, you understand? Because is it North Korea?
Mm.
Yeah,
You know,
the
Kim
part
Yong
that
Jin,
is
Kim Yong,
yeah,
whatever.
that is restricted and they
Mm-hmm.
dictate a lot. So I sometimes I don't know the full politics of it, so
The only thing
it's
about those,
hard to
the only thing about those dictators in countries that they literally dictate every single thing you do. Me can't deal with that.
that's the thing though, because when you think about it, them being like that,
Mhm.
getting that power to do that, it also have a downside.
Yeah.
So with independence come
So Shani
a
says
lot of stress.
I work at one of the two utility companies mentioned. You are on point. We will leave it at
We will
that.
leave it at that. Won't call you to
But
the floor. Get you
I
in
know though,
trouble.
but because Linus, I think she lives in America. I think our America system America system is designed to the
For the
benefit of the
benefit
people.
of the people.
You understand me? I say,
And freedom of choice and
I'm saying,
freedom
so democracy can work for the benefit of the
of the
people. You don't
people.
necessarily need a dictating set up
Yeah.
for people to have certain benefits. You
But
understand me? I say,
but isn't that when you literally have a country that is truly independent and can stand on their own the way
no.
America does?
Well, the truth is, America don't really stand on them because they borrow money too. Borrow money from China, but the system,
I thought they were.
irrespective, no man, they borrow money from it. Right now, America probably owe China must $1 trillion or
So
something
who
like that.
made the money? Is this
No
a
man,
system that has to be, or
no man.
because
Everybody, Jamaica money is made in England.
yes,
America make them own money. They have them own
exactly.
mint.
That's my point.
Yeah, but not because you can make your own money doesn't mean you have money to make your own money. In other
So,
words, you have to you have to have the resources to make your money. So
but I
you
have
can
always thought that they have the resources.
no. In other
I
words,
learned something
all right,
right now.
America and they have done it to like like the stimulus packages, they'll print money and give it to the populace, and they know that money is circulated and come back to the government. However, they must have money to print for them money. And they must
Okay.
go borrow, because if they don't have it, they must borrow. That's it, like when Obama them or not Obama days though. But every December, must increase the debt ceiling, which meaning must
Oh,
increase the debt ceiling so you can borrow money to
yeah.
pump back into the
I
economy.
never really thought about it. I
Yeah.
always thought that.
Now because you have your own means, that doesn't mean so you
I
can,
know that for
yeah.
some country, but like a country like America, I thought that the economy was so strong that they made their own money. So basically, they can make enough money to put it out there to control, you
Mm-hmm.
understand, the economy. But I've always thought that okay, maybe they want it to be like a little imbalance in the world, so they don't.
Oh man, you have to have, no matter if you have your own mint, which is what I use to make the money,
Yeah.
you still have to have the resources to do that.
Yeah, but
Because I mean, it's like you can't just print money. I mean,
yeah,
it's a
it could clash with the system.
it's going to bring an imbalance.
Mm,
It's not going to be a true reflection of what the
yeah.
country
So they
really
try to
is.
strike a equilibrium.
Equilibrium, yeah.
Equilibrium.
So
Makes sense.
so Colin says most countries borrow money. Yeah.
Mm.
So the truth is, the,
It's not
no
monopoly basically.
country necessarily is that self-sufficient. But what they do, what most countries do, that is properly managed, them depend less on importation, less on borrowing.
Borrowing.
That they don't do, but they do it very less,
Oh,
right? And then at the same time, the way to balance your economy, you have to produce something. So if if you borrow money and you not produce something, to make back the money to pay back, you're not trouble.
you're in trouble.
And that's slightly where
Oh
Jamaica they
yeah,
know.
because that means your what would you say now? The demand against the thing there. Oh Lord.
Yeah, demand and supply.
And supply. So the demand is becoming greater than the supply.
And you have to have money for
Yeah,
maintain the
to
supply.
maintain the
So
supply.
Shani says, compare the two taxes on your JPS and NVC bills. You'll see why the government will not invest in the resources to lower your bills. Excellent. That is a fact. That is a fact, and that's why honestly sometimes I don't but I talk politics because it I listen to them a lot in the past,
Yeah.
and that's why certain thing me can talk, I can talk on it, but I've just reserved myself no understand, but I listen
Yeah.
news because it's
Yeah.
stressful
It's
because
true.
when you hear what you hear and you get some a level of understanding, it can be better than what it is. But the reason I don't want it better because the amount of money with the government can have at them disposal to run them campaign, to give them mortgage, to do whatever,
All
whatever.
right.
You understand me? I
No
say
politics. I
it
can't take the
it's it
politics.
is it is stressful. The calling says, and again, so you can depend on them. So
Mm.
that's the
That's
fact.
true too.
You understand me? I say what I'm happy for though is that in this even at the old setup scheme of things, we as people, we can decide what we want out of life. And once we decide what we want, God is going to help us to find a way of getting it done. That is one, but you still and you have a set of people who will sit down for them Nubian and depend on the government and whatever. And that's why each time election come around, they don't choose to vote who they want to vote for because the system already have them say you have to vote for that or whatever. Get me I say? But that's
Yeah,
another
just gotta do what
different
you're
different
doing.
different thing of
Yeah.
with politics. But as you said,
You said you were going to talk about
Linus, where she
lioness.
gone? Because we want to before we close, we want you to tell us how you propose, you know, tell us tell us how the thing go. Because I know you don't said up much but on the topic, but we want to hear, I mean, how you went about it and thing. And of course if you have pictures, we're gonna get a picture there now. A lot of mercy. We want to
Leave
see
it later in our
everything.
pictures.
We
What
want to
to
see
tell you?
everything.
You create, you imagine it.
But for those who don't know Lana, she's one of our long times well,
Founding
founding
subscriber,
subscribers
one of our first we support on
on
live,
live.
and
We have not seen her in a long while.
yeah, we had some good run like what we're having with you guys
Yeah.
now.
And she had mentioned and
She's
in one of
outspoken.
our topics, one of our lives rather, we were talking to her and we are telling
Oh
her make sure
yeah,
that when in pop the question we are told,
we're
and
told.
when they get married, when she getting married, we
Right.
will stay here and pop the
All
champagne.
being well, I stay. We pop the champagne
You
and
know, when they're married and thing.
mm,
So Linus, over to you.
man is double sleep,
I hope she
bro.
not drop us too. But guys, I mean, what has been though your experience with JPS? Well, not with JPS, NWC, because I think those are the two main utility companies in
In
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
And then again, all the setup is like you have two
Parties.
party, political party. You have two telecom
Mm-hmm.
provider, and you only have JPS and
JPS.
Water Commission. You
Yes, we're
understand me?
moving in
No
tools.
competition at the FA.
I even
You
know
understand?
about
Ah boy, but
it is
maybe it's
what
just
it
the system
is.
as it's set up still.
I'm not even gonna lose sleep really. I'm just gonna know that moving forward,
We check where we check.
be vigilant and
Yeah, yeah.
do all of that because remember thing we say catch me one time,
Shame on me.
shame
Catch me
on
three times. Don't catch me
catch me
one
one
time. Shame on
time,
you.
shame on you.
Catch
Catch
it.
me two times,
Shame
shame
on
on
me.
me. So
So, Linus, if you're still there, I'm not sure because we see that it dropped down to two persons
Anyway,
now
big
on
up
the line.
yourself, lioness. Good news. Good
Yeah.
news. Good news. And we continue to pray for you and family.
And next time you're in Jamaica, you have to come, we have to make a link up. If I don't
Yeah,
have
link
sovereign
up.
or one in place, we make a link up. Right? But yeah, guys. So our episode, our experience again is to help somebody else. So we just want you to we wanted to share what we experienced.
Yeah.
And then we can also okay, if you see these things,
Pay
just check out,
attention.
pay
Yeah.
attention, check out this, check out that,
And move urgently. If
and move quickly
anything
to it.
similar should happen, get a big bill that is questionable, move at it quickly. Don't wait till you really have the time to go and run around by just not JPS,
NWC.
NWC, just rush at it.
Hmm.
Because trust me, at least NWC the way they go. JPS, I don't think they
Yeah,
I don't know, but I don't think they will.
yeah, that is the other thing though. Me not, that's why I'm saying me can't even cost too much because it took them a while to get to us and for them to do the disconnection.
Yeah.
It's very uncomfortable not
Comfortable.
having water.
Yeah.
I'm glad we have a little the two little drum them for the rainy day. And it
God
actually
is
came.
good, yeah.
So we give God
Yeah.
thanks. But guys, if we just want to thank Shani, Caroline,
Harleen,
Lioness,
Lioness. Oh, we miss Ron tonight
yeah, Ronnie
too.
to come on
And
tonight.
Marlene.
Yeah. Anybody else who came on that way? There was Carlene,
Carlene. And Ro- Robert.
Shani.
Shanique Robert.
Hmm.
Lioness.
Hmm.
Carlene. Yeah.
Those right, those persons who came and
Yeah, they
actually
were
commented.
commented.
Right,
But
right.
everybody else who chose not to comment, we're happy to have you also.
Yeah.
And we're happy that you tuning in. Continue to share the videos and to like the videos. We appreciate you all.
Yes. All right. So until our next live, next upload. Oh, and of course, we still want to hear from you guys regarding the our new intro.
Oh.
You know,
Maybe it's a shot, them don't
maybe it's too short.
realize.
I don't know. Well, oh, I hope it's okay. Carly, what do you think about the new intro? You're on. You're on. I hope you're still on. And Shani, from the
Yeah,
last
Connie
videos
and
that
Shani.
the last videos that we
And
sent.
whoever is still on. What do you
Yeah,
think?
Carlin says she like it.
Ah.
Yay! Yeah. Um, yeah, can we want to just freshen up the thing,
Yeah, but revamp
and
and
we're just glad that you like it. And I think other persons, when you come on, you can of course express yourself. Even if you miss the live, you can still leave your comment in the comment section. All right.
yeah, after watching the video.
Mm-hmm.
And you can
Shani
see,
said you have a 7 day grace period for JPS. They
oh,
also
that's
offer
short.
extension. Them no bad. Well, that is true. Well, the thing about it is at the end of the sea, Shanique, it was like months. Although me
Yeah,
not pay, me
it
not
was
pay,
maybe
me
because
not
you were
pay,
playing
paying extra
extra.
still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're right, Shani.
And it's true no JPS is too bad because even after the 7 day thing to Shani, when you go in and talk to them, they will still give more time
Oh.
and even give a payment structure. So they're not too bad for true. But I still think that if the government use them senses and give it solar panel at reasonable
They're
prices,
not gonna do
then the
that because
dependency
I don't
on
think.
fuel will go down dramatically.
So is it true, Shani, that JPS is owned by Jamaica overseas?
Yeah, I'm not Jamaica owned JPS.
That's what I was hearing too.
No, no, no. It used to be owned by Mirant. Now it's owned by somebody
Somebody
else.
overseas.
Yeah, that is
Well,
that not Jamaica owned.
well, 1 minute before in our time.
So, guys, thank you for coming on. We look forward to hearing from you again, and look forward to seeing you on.
It's
And
just
yeah, man, Colin
okay.
say no, it's not. It's not owned by Jamaican.
Yeah, I know. I
Um,
heard it on the mix.
we look forward to seeing you again on the next
Yeah,
live, and of course, look out for our midweek video upload.
video.
And if you have anything, any suggestions you want, any topics you want us to speak
Oh, we
on,
need to do
to
the
address,
prenup, but I don't know. And
Oh, well,
that
we want it about.
Ron wanted a prenup
Yeah, we can look at that one next
on
time.
next time.
All right. So, guys, thank you for coming on. God bless, and see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Man, it was really good to see Lioness.